Morningstar.
Yeah, you take yourself a little bit seriously, right?
A little bit.
Joe Pisano.
Hi, guys.
And Evan Stidler.
Hello.
Would you like to give us a short introduction?
Yes, we are from Lucifer Gaming, which we provide a solution for the customers of platform. We're an aggregator as well. And we also do compliance and licensing for the operators for B2B companies. And the most important thing is we do consult for a lot of iGaming business roadmaps. For example, for some countries, it has to be regulated strictly. That's what we come
We'll get into the
to help them
regulation
out.
later.
Hello.
Joe?
Joe Pisano, Jade Gaming, Jade Sports Bet. We also operate sports betting here in the Philippines. Out of Sri Lanka, we also operate fantasy sports, fantasy cricket, and live
And
streaming.
we'll get into Sri Lanka in a bit.
And we'll get into Sri Lanka in a minute. And good to see everyone here.
Hi, my name is Evan. I'm with Casino Plus. We're a operator locally here in the Philippines. We're both on land-based and online. And happy to be here with you today, especially Joe who does everything. So he's the man.
Out of his busy expo schedule. So we're here to talk about the next Las Vegas of Asia. And I'll start out with saying everybody was thinking it was going to be Japan at some point, but that's never going to happen, and nobody's ever really thought it would really finish.
I don't know, 10 years ago when I entered this industry, they were talking about Japan opening up.
Was that when you were a bouncer at the door?
That was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I went to that breakfast in 2016 in London when they announced Japan.
It's kind of like when I had meetings with Okada in 2005 about them opening in 6 months. So, that being said, Japan was going to be the bright hope. But where do you guys think that there was some suggestions about Sri Lanka? I love Sri Lanka, or Thailand, which is awesome. What do you say, Lucifer?
Personal perspective, I think Thailand is going to thrive. It's because they're not just, I know they're new to iGaming business or like offline based casinos, but they are an entertainment hub for all the center of the East Asia.
Thailand definitely has the leisure and tourism down, so it does make sense. Joe?
Yeah, I see Thailand regulating land-based casinos first, and I think they're going to wait for land-based to be built and live before they regulate online. Because if you want investment in the country, and they're looking at $4-5 billion properties, if you're able to have both land and online, you may reduce the amount of spend in your integrated resort.
And you can, yeah, that's true. Although it can help the operators and on the tax system get a nice return on that, allowing the business. But you're right. If they're on the phones or mobiles, they're not going to be in one space.
Yeah, if you know you can make a lot of money on the online, you're going to think about, will I spend $5 billion or will I just spend $1 billion, go online and make the same money? So,
And just actually publish your site that's already running.
and we talked about Japan taking a long time. You know, Thailand took 20 years to regulate their Sky Train. To pass legislation for that. So I know they're talking. I know there's a meeting tomorrow or the day after where they're going to have a press conference on it. But it could be a while.
So I'm not saying Thailand's the next Las Vegas of Asia, but even if you look at it, time is on Thailand's side. they're the top 10 destination in the world for tourism. But they've got a lot of things to tackle, such as, are they going to allow locals in? They just doubled the licensing price. I think it's 9 billion, right? And then so you look at it as, are the tourists are going to come in? Do they really want to be in a casino? When you think about Thailand, there's so many other things drawing those tourists to Thailand. Do you really want to spend your time in a casino? So
it wouldn't be like Macau where there really wasn't any other infrastructure, right?
Right.
You go to Thailand for the beach or a lot of other things.
yeah, nightlife, everything's wonderful. And even if you look at their decisions on legalization of marijuana, now they're trying to reverse that. It's a little bit of a gray area, and that I think is a light law considered compared to land-based casinos.
Well, also, it's not going to be a Las Vegas of Asia.
That's
because-
Macau.
Because it's fragmented. It's only one city, one casino. You're not going to have a Vegas strip.
Yeah,
Right.
talking about Mesa or Phuket, we'll have one on an island possibly.
Yeah.
But you're not going to have 27 casinos down the line.
No. So Phuket one, and Pattaya one, and Bangkok one, Chiang Mai one.
Little like Japan is trying to do.
Same as what Japan wanted to do with these.
So what other markets that we talked about? Sri Lanka. There's Mr. Sri Lanka right there.
Right,
There he is.
There he is, the man, the legend. Well, what about where we are right now?
Oh,
Why can't this be?
Does it have gaming here?
It does.
Oh, I thought that. I didn't know that. Yeah. What do you think about what Evan just said about why can't it be here? Clark is one of the places that I think is going to absolutely boom in this area.
This area?
Yeah, because they have the infrastructure, they have the space, they have a tax-free zone, they have a runway that can accommodate the only large jets in this country.
Yeah.
And people like Daisy Khan have a vision.
But don't forget one thing is that political is one essential reason for operating casinos. So, as many of you guys heard that the governments here are doing a little bit cleansing right now. So, a lot of operators or junkets, they are kind of, feel a little bit unsafe with the market. So that's why, as I mentioned, that I know it's pretty new for Thailand to become Vegas. We couldn't guarantee that it's gonna be a Vegas, but I do think it's one of the top topic that everyone is talking about it, especially comes with the entertainment business. And as for me, I was an entertainer before, so I do a lot of entertainments around in the US or in Asia or Japan, something like that. So as far as I think the government has very powerful stand on this matter.
I think Sri Lanka is strategically placed. You have 1.4 billion people right next door. You have a beautiful country. Sri Lanka's built on tourism. You've got gaming that's been operating there for many years. You have a workforce already in place. City of Dreams is supposedly opening third quarter.
There might be another expansion in Colombo.
There could be other expansions of existing operators. The government, well, right now they're looking at passing the Gaming Authority Bill.
Kind of like Cambodia.
Which, if that does go through, then that opens up Port City to to international operators that need that gaming authority compliance to go into the country. And you know, there are others besides Melco that would like to operate in that market.
Speaking of Melco, the Crown tried to open there a long time ago. His boss created the Crown Fair and trademarked the name. But one of the things I'd say about that, with all the people next door in India, while it isn't the easiest place to do banking, you don't have the same problem with India where bags full, like you have in India, you don't have bags full of money just going. The guy was walking to the bank with it. Where is it? You know, they're it's a little bit more friendly and a little bit more orderly.
And I think Sri Lanka, the yield per table, because of the cost of operation and the cost of labor, you can get a very high yield per table, whether it's land-based or whether you're streaming tables or whether you're streaming slot machines, you're going to get a very high yield out of that market. So, you know, it's very attractive if you're looking for a market to go into.
I think when you're discussing the next Vegas, you also have to think about timelines. So yes, there's some meetings happening. Let's say it's approved, wave a magical wand, and it's approved tomorrow, which is never going to be the case. So, and they start construction tomorrow. You're looking at 5 years until the first casino opens up. So, at a minimum. And then during those 5 years, if you're going to place your bets somewhere, there's no better place to place your bets other than right here in the Philippines. To Lucifer's point, yeah, the legal guys, those that are trying to do money laundering and whatnot, they're uneasy, yeah, because this is a regulated market and they're cracking down. Their government's doing a great job of it. And so if you want to be in a regulated market, you want just a level playing field where the rules are all very clear. This is your only option really in Asia for online as well, right? So I can't say enough about this administration of what they've done for this industry, pushing online and leading the way in Asia. There's no other country, they're all looking to the Philippines, which was really interesting because years ago, Philippines were branching out, looking at Macau, how do we do things, and then they just took the ball and ran with it. And again, if over the course of, say, the next 6 years, Philippines is where you want to be.
Yeah, and if you look at the development just in this area here, you know, you've got West Side to open very soon. If you look further down, you see all the reclaimed areas. There's one area which is 360 hectares of reclaimed land, which also has an integrated resort license, waterfront cities. So there is space here for more integrated resorts. And also, you know, the online industry domestically, it's only really been going since COVID. And look at the numbers that these guys are doing only in 2 years.
Fantastic. Yeah. One thing I'd elaborate on what Eva said, it's 5-year start to open cycle in a country that's somewhat developed and has a good construction base to international standards. You're gonna, while Bangkok does, we were talking about places like, it's not in Bangkok, it'd be in Mae Sot. It's not easy to get things done at the best of times, whereas something like Philippines, yeah, we don't have our frustrations with the PH, but there's availability of skilled or at least manpower, as well as the equipment and machinery to get things done.
If we look at this market, Philippines has the best human resource in the region and also the best natural resource. 7,600 islands. If you really want to promote tourism here with the improvement in domestic infrastructure, this can be one of the leading economies in Asia over the next 10 years.
Should have been there a long time
Should
ago.
have been there a long time ago. I've been waiting 30 seconds.
I've been here a few years myself. So
No, I mean, like, I agree. I mean, Philippines already a casino hub right now. I mean, it's very mature and everything's regulated. But, generation change, time change. We don't know what's the next upcoming casino is going to be. So, let's keep ourselves open-minded.
on that note, we have to wind down. Is there any other regional places that you could think that would pop to mind that have talked about legalizing gambling? That you can think of that would have the infrastructure to support them, to possibly become a new Vegas, maybe? Can anybody think of